Give all praises, honor, and glories to my power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakaha Kwadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles, and bishops of Great Millstone who still teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect scattered amongst the four corners of the earth. Those of you that will have the traditional so-called Negro, Latino, Native American look, as well as those of the elect that will have come underneath looking like the other heathen nations, pursuing to Jeremiah chapter 12, verses 9, where it states, let me grab it, because not all Israel, not all of the elect of Israel, I should say, who the Lord happens to only be concerned about in this salvation, will come looking like the so-called traditional Latino, Negro, and Native American. They will look like people from the other, from some of the 17 heathen nations, because we were scattered amongst those heathen nations, and we are what our Father is. So if a Jake man, whether he's so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, lays with a woman, let's say a so-called white woman, for instance, and the child comes out, looking a little bit lighter, even if they have blonde, if he or she has blonde hair and blue eyes, by spirit, that's still an Israelite. This is Jeremiah 12 and 9. Mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. All right. The birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour. But the point was right there. Mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. Jeremiah 12 and 9. This is just a quick video of some spiritual groundbreaking, work that the elders and apostles and bishops, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, were able to crack into this past Saturday during their street lesson. Speaking of Elder Apostle Tahar, Elder Apostle Gabar, and Elder Bishop Sakaran, their YouTube channel that they do Saturday shows, Lord Yahweh Ratazah, or Lord willing, is called GMS Apostles Street Ministry. And this past Saturday I'm talking about is May 30th, 2026, where they asked ChatGPT, why are they putting data centers up everywhere? And ChatGPT admitted, is to collect data. And then it says, then they posed a question to the degree of, is that a part of the fourth industrial revolution? And ChatGPT confirmed that. And then they asked, is microchipping people, remember Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 to 18, talking about the mark of the beast? Is microchipping people a part of working in tandem with the data centers? And ChatGPT said yes. So everything that the prophets, the elders of GMS, have been speaking on since the 80s, mid to late 80s, is coming to fruition, beginning with Elder Apostle Tahar on down, in terms of the mark of the beast being the micro C-hip. And Elder Apostle Tahar singled out a video and re-uploaded a video yesterday, which was June 3rd, on his channel, entitled "What is the 666 Mark II GMS Truth?" And the name of the video is called "Re-Upload," and then it says the title of the video was called "The Culling," CULLING, and it was a video done by Elder Malcolmer of the GMS Chicago camp. And the name of the video, or the name of Elder Malcolmer's channel, is GMS Maccabean Spirit 144. And, it was about a 38 minute video where he was, going in on this. And, because Esau Edom was trying to fulfill 2 Thessalonians chapter 9, or chapter 2, verses 9, which states this. Because remember, Job 9 and 24 says that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, wherein who is he? Now Esau, the so-called self-proclaimed white man, beginning with the top banking families like the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds, they run this world. Okay, when you look around here in Babylon and abroad, that Esau and his people run this world. Okay, and they have a God complex. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 9. And this scripture ties into the video, or ties into the fact that Esau Edom is trying to establish a global mandate of the rf1d chip to all mankind, because he has this super surveillance state here in Babylon as well as everywhere else. All right, so you have to get it in your mind, myself included, because sometimes I forget, and I have to remember that this is being watched on a continual basis is the new norm here underneath these damn devils. All right, this is a true dystopian that we are all living in, and Lord willing, or Yahweh Ratazah, that's what that means. which is Yahweh willing, Lord willing, Ratazah mean will. He'll have mercy on us all and see us through these times. All right. Like the brother from GMS Hawaii says, Lord willing, we be some of those men and women of the elect, because we're being diligent to make our calling and election sure. Lord willing, I'll be of the elect. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 9. I'm going to start up at 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And the son of perdition is Esau Edom. And it's reference to that video, they were talking about this Jake guy over in Vegas that got a microchip implant in his left, right by his left temple. All right, and that's that false miracle, and that shows evidence of the false prophet that are wroughing or doing miracles in front of the people, which deceive them to take the mark. All right, this is Revelation chapter 19, verse 20. I'll tell you the point. The point is about listen for the false prophet and the miracles and the deception. All right, Revelation 19 and 20. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet, that's Esau Edom with his microchip, that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast. And now they're parading this Jake around in Vegas, having that, voluntarily getting that microchip in his head. All right. But he's still aging, and his hair is still bald. He still has male pattern baldness. It's not healing or curing him of anything. But one thing it can do is track his every goddamn move. All right. But going back to 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verses, I'm at 4 now. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God. All right, so you remember Job 9:24, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. Now the ultimate judge is our Father, Heavenly Father, Yahweh. All right, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, who is the one true living God. And Esau Edom, with this planetary and the super surveillance state that he has us living in here in Babylon, and that he has the other nations around the world erecting those global surveillance digital infrastructures in their countries too. He has a God complex. Reading on, it says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. So that's what this microchip is all about. Is about establishing and trying to sit in the seat of God. And the 2/3 of our people who are alive in that day, who take that chip, are pretty much saying that Esau Edom is their God. But the 1/3 are not going to bow the knee. They're not gonna stop praising and worshiping our power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. I hope I'm of the 1/3, okay? And I hope you, whoever you are that find this video, I hope you are too. Reading on, it says, remember ye not that when I was with you, I told you these things, and now that ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. And that's talking about Esau Edom, and he is being drastically revealed on a daily, continual basis. Good Lord, the Lord had me through the Spirit find Edom, Texas, here in America, in places like Bosra, Connecticut, which Bosra was a city in ancient Edom. You got places out here named Mount Seir. Mount Seir was a place in ancient Edom. You got places named Uz, like in Uz, Kentucky. Uz was an ancient city in ancient Edom. These people are the Edomites, all right? And they know it too. Reading on, it says, verse 6, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 6, or 2 and 7. For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let, until he be taken out of the way. Now that's talking about the Most High is allowing this man to only go so far with his attempt to establish his new world order. Some people will be getting mandatorily microchipped, but not the elect or the 1/3. The 2/3 will, but not the elect or the 1/3. And showing that the Most High is controlling this, pursuant to Daniel chapter 4 and 17, where it says that roughly paraphrasing, the Most High rules in the kingdom of men. He setteth up who he will, whosoever he will, and setteth up over it the bases of men in this time, which is Esau Edom. He's the base man. All right. Reading on, it says, verse 8, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. And the spirit of his mouth is the prophets, beginning with Elder Apostle Tahar on down in today's time. Reading on, it says, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him, verse 9, this is the point, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. Lying spelled Lying. So he's the false prophet. All right. And it just said, remember, it just said, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonder. Okay. So like Esau Edom, like a part of one of the tribes or dukes of Edom are the Amalekites, which are the 1948ers. All right. This is Revelation chapter 2, verses 9. This is our Lord Yahweh Shah, who the world fraudulently calls JC. This is him speaking. Revelation 2:9. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty. He's talking to the elect, whoever they are. I hope I'm of that ilk. Reading on, it says, but thou art rich. We're rich in the hopeful elect is rich in spirit, because the Lord has poured his spirit upon us to be able to know his name, to call upon his name, believe in him, and he gave us the gift of faith to hold on to those names and to run into those names, to run into that strong tower of his name when we're in trouble. Reading on, it says, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. And that's the self-proclaimed so-called white man. Okay. So, yeah. And that's, yeah, it was a great video that the elder apostles did this past Saturday. And, like I said, Elder Apostle Tahar uploaded a video from Elder Malcolm from the GMS Chicago camp on his page. The name of his page is called What is the 666 Mark II GMS Truth? And the name of the video, the title is going to say like re-upload, and then it's going to say the culling. It's about a 38-minute video. I can't get it on my other phone, like this phone right here, because the government cut off my internet for some spontaneous reason. But I digress. Lord willing, I'll be able to keep right on, sticking it to these damn Edomites and exposing them for who they are, as well as those other 16 nigger heathen nations. But in terms of how Esau Edom is looking to, do these things, and he's being slick and sly with it. This is Ecclesiasticus, or also known as Sirach, chapter 12, verses 10, which reads, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Okay, so Esau is always going to be evil. All right, and this is crucial. This is a crucial verse right here too, verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped the looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Yeah, the only reason why he's going to be humble and go crouching is because he hasn't found a way to stick it to you yet. All right. So, but once he finds a way, he'll change his countenance. All right. And he'll show you, then the horns come out. But here's verse 12. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. And they did that back in 70 AD. And now, back in 1948, they're trying to say that they are us. Reading on, it says, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Like, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with the serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beast? So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? So, we know now that this dude is the devil. So we have to be wary of this dude. Reading on, it says, for a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. And he won't. Boy, he won't. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart, which is his mind, he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. And a good example, recent example of that, was with Floyd Mayweather and that guy, his so-called buddy, which was a small hat, a mini-fitted, like Elder Apostle Roundlaw calls him, a mini-fitted. He got him. That dude befriended him, so-called. He abided by Mayweather for years, and then he was able to find a way to take $170 million from him. All right, just fucking worked them. Okay, reading on, it says, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And that's so true. Like here in America and abroad, where you got people living, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans living in the hoods, the barrios, or the reservations that have depleted buildings, deplorable conditions, nothing but liquor stores. You know, they got truck cars, tractor trailers. They have guns and drugs in them. You know, the food in the grocery stores or the market corner stores are bad. You know, you got the East Indians and the Arabs that set up shop with the gas stations and the hotels around us. You got the Asians with the restaurants serving the nasty food. You got Esau who owns the banks, and he'll redline us. So, and in those deplorable conditions, all we know is hood cartoons and hood movies. So, and then all that bad, and then you factor in all that bad food and the chemtrails. And then when Jake ends up falling and fucking up and is found in adversity, Esau's there with his media, portraying us as, oh my God, do you see how these people are acting? They're savages. But he'll never talk about the 95% of his hand in that whole mishap even becoming a thing by setting up the environment and putting us in that environment and keeping us in that environment to where shit like that can even happen. Okay. Reading on, it says, verse 18, he will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. Yeah, so when he sees you fall, he knows he's got you. Yeah, he'll go from that smile to, yeah, I got you now, buddy, you fucker. This is what I always intended. You know, so that's Esau Edom in a nutshell. So that's just a quick video. Please be sure to check out Elder Apostle Tahar's channel, which is What is the 666 Mark II GMS Truth. That's the name of his channel on YouTube. And like I said, yesterday on June 3rd, he re-uploaded a video that lasted 38 minutes and 17 seconds, titled Re-Upload the Culling. Culling is spelled Culling. All right, and it's a video of Elder Malcolm that he put up talking about the video that Elder Apostle Tahar, Elder Bishop Sakaran, and Elder Apostle Gabar did this past Saturday on May 30th, 2026, in terms of the mark of the beast, the data centers, that Jake that has that little microchip in the side of his head. I mean, the microchip is here at the door, and people have the option to get the microchip, but now it's on the scene now. Now it's amongst, dinner conversations, and small talk amongst people, co-workers and colleagues and associates and family members. At some point, this is going to become mandatory for all people here. Pursuant to Revelation chapter 13, 16, and verses 17, which reads, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his image. And that platform is already set up here today in the form of, if you don't pay property tax on your home, if you don't pay your rent, if you don't renew your tax and tags and renew your insurance on your vehicle, you will lose those. Now, that's not the mark. Now, the mark of the beast the layout is right there in the form of payment. If we can't pay with cash or check or credit or debit card, we can't live in those homes. We won't be able to sell the home or the house or the car because it'll get repoed. So now they're just transitioning it over to a total digital technocracy, a totalitarian digital technocracy, to where things can be cut off even faster. Over in China, they have the most elaborate, because they're funded by the Rothschilds, they have the most elaborate digital infrastructure over there in that land, where they have a digital credit system, and people who don't pay their bills or pay their debts or anything, they're known as debt dodgers. But in Chinese, it's called Lao Lei, Laolai. You can Google it, where it's the same. You'll see that you're listening to the same structure as what I just mentioned with the homeowners insurance, because you don't pay your bills, and you don't, renew your tags or what have you. You lose access to your home, your vehicle, your job. Your kids can't go to school, and they have a large homeless population over there because people are not using that digital ID system that they have over there. They don't have the microchips mandatory over there, but they have the digital infrastructure, and it's way more sophisticated in terms of running off of technology as opposed to here in America. But America is trying to follow suit, and they're trying to get it established to transition fully over to a digital credit system, as opposed to, paper dollars and coinage. So the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah HaKodash, has been working truly with Elder Apostle Tahar on down. All right, as the torch got passed to him in the mid to late 80s, Elder Apostle Tahar I'm speaking of. And these men, in my opinion, are the prophets. And Lord and Yahweh Ratazah, they are the elect. And I mean that for myself, for them, and for anyone else out there who got the sincere spiritual calling from Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Because the Lord is cooking and booking, man. And he's taking these people down and fulfilling right before our very eyes. 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verses 9, which reads, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." So with that, I'm going to end this video, but I want to give you the videos, YouTube channels of the 4 Elder Apostles of GMS, beginning with Elder Apostle Tahar. Once again, his channel is What is the 666 Mark II GMS Truth? He does videos and live shows. Elder Apostle Gabar's channel is Daily Edification 4. He does both live and videos whenever the Lord has him, however the Lord wants him to fire off. That same thing applies to Elder Apostle Tahar. Elder Apostle Rakar, his channel is GMS Keep Pushing On. When you go to his page, you want to go to the live section of his page, because that's how the Lord has him putting up videos on a daily basis. But that doesn't take away the merit of the videos he's done maybe a month or two ago or a year or two ago, because they're still very edifying videos. All right. And last but certainly not least, you have Elder Apostle Ramlob, whose channel is GMS Info Channel 12. All right. Now on his page, you also want to go to the live section of his page, because that's how the Lord has him making new videos on a daily basis. But like Elder Apostle Ricard's channel, YouTube want to look at the videos from a year, 2, 5, 8 years ago on Elder Apostle Ramlob's channel, because they are still edifying even in this time. All right. So with that, I'm going to give all praise. Oh, and I'm going to give the some of the Connecticut bishops is their YouTube channels is one of them. You have Jacob Barak 2. That's JACOB space BARAK space followed by the number 2. The word Barak means bless. So when you read Jacob Barak 2, when you read it from right to left, it means to bless Jacob, because in our custom we read from right to left. The Spirit just revealed that to me a couple weeks ago, and I have been seeing the brother's videos for like over a year, well over that. But the Lord, showed me. I was like, oh wow. Another one, a brother is GMS at the Job 2. Another one is Fire Cures Leprosy, and last but certainly not least, Disappoint the Wicked. All right, he's going to have a picture of Jack Johnson, which is a so-called Negro boxer, on his cover page. So with that, Lord willing, this is edifying to whoever finds this video, as it always is to me, because I'm just going in the Spirit. Like I got that from Elder Apostle Tahar. Like he always says, let's see where the Spirit takes me. And I'm following that lead. Let's just see where it goes. So this is always new to me too. But with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glories to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakaha Kwadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles, and bishops of GMS and of Great Millstone, who still teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect and the hopeful elect scattered amongst the four corners of the earth. May, like I got from the brother GMS Hawaii, Lord willing, we be some of those men and women and children that are found amongst the elect. Because man, it's the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Our salvation is nearer than when we believed. Lord willing, I'll be able to do more posts and videos on my channel, which is called the MOTB is here too. But for now, I'm going to say shalom.